Hey folks, happy Friday. It's me, Mr. Matt. It is the first Friday in June that we're having a story time, and today we are reading Jory John and Pete Oswald's The Smart Cookie. Now we all know Jory John and Pete Oswald do the great books about the smart cookies and the bad seeds and all that stuff, so I thought this one was really fun because y'all are a bunch of smart cookies, and I think that you'd like to read a book about yourselves. No, but seriously, Jory John and Pete Oswald, are terrific. They do, this series is a lot of fun. There's a ton of them, all about cookies and seeds and stuff. Highly recommend it. My kids love them. The kids at the library love them. And you can too. And remember, we've got them down here at the library for free. Just come down and borrow them. That's the best part about the library. It's the only place in town where you can go, spend a ton of time, and not be expected to spend any money. And we also got rid of fines a couple years ago. So come down, check out books, ask about our summer reading program, ask about our kids' craft bags and teen craft bags, ask about our kids' programs, teen programs, and adult programs. We got something for everybody, especially this summer. This summer is going to be bonkers at the library. So, without further ado, The Smart Cookie. Oh, special thanks to HarperCollins for permission to read this book today. Let's get Mr. Matt's big old melon out of the frame. All right, The Smart Cookie. Greetings, I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. There's a street corner, there's a river, there's a bakery. Come on in. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time, just like the library. Pretty fantastic, huh? Look, you got some pretzels, you got some chocolate chip cookies. It's a free donut day today. I hope you all went to Dunkin' Donuts to get your free donut. That's the other place you can go to get something free today. Get a free donut. Cupcakes, got a baguette, a croissant, some cherry pie, another cupcake, blueberry muffin, some macaroons, a cake. This looks like a challah bread. What else? What are you? I'm going to say this is a praline. I don't know. We got some more macaroons. Yeah, and the Smart Cookie. These days, life is sweet. But my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing any of my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a puzzle, like this, aha! Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. I'm sure. Biscotti was always kind and patient. Do you know what biscotti means, boys and girls? Twice cooked. Biscotti. And when I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades, and I've never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as the others. And I was the last to finish most tests. Oh, this sounds a lot like Mr. Matt. Back when I was not a good student. I was not a good student, but I loved to read. All right. I wasn't because I didn't care. It wasn't because it didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I get distracted, I mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. That is absolutely Mr. Matt. Yeah. Once misspelled the word dough, and that was rough. Well, words are hard sometimes. And another time I added, when I meant to subtract. And occasionally we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I felt completely lost at sea because that's what it felt like. And at night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move, you move, no, you move, no, move, you move. That doesn't sound fun. I'd stay awake and stare outside the window and worry. And it went like this day after day. And then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. And that was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me and I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original due tomorrow? Gulp. And when I got home, I immediately went to work. I first tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture, but it was completely bust. I wondered if it was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. And suddenly I had an idea. I decided to write something original, a poem. I came up with my title based on how I'd been feeling, my crumbly days. And after that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. And I wrote, and I wrote, and I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash, and when I was finished, I couldn't sleep that night. But it wasn't because I was worried, it was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt better and smart. The following day, Miss Biscotti asked volunteers to share what they created. One kid showed off his frosting art. Another kid showed her sprinkle distribution machine. Cool. And it was neat seeing everyone was good at such different things. Look, the croissant is good at math and chemistry. And physics, apparently. Yeah, wow. Wonder what they're doing. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. Gulp, I thought. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking and my mouth went really dry. This poem is called My Crumbly Days, I said, my voice crackling, then I read it out loud. And as I spoke, I noticed some kids were nodding off at certain lines. And other kids nodding at certain lines. And other kids laughed at parts they thought were supposed to be funny. And as I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. And I promise you this, I'll never, ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I'd done it! I'd created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. And the rest of the day was a blur. But by recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha, I thought as I came up with the title. And later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. This meant so much to me. School was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come up as easily for me as they do others, like golf. Wow, this really is Mr. Matt. I'm a smart cookie. Yeah. But now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things and to find out who you are and what you do and what you do that you like. And as for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas. And I found plenty of other things that I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is there's always more to learn. Poetry night. Because we're all smart cookies. Except unless you're smart pie. The end. That's an awesome book. Pick up all the Pete Oswald, or Jory John and Pete Oswald books down at the library today. Boys and girls, have a great weekend. Remember, Duck Days this weekend, so I hope you guys are going to go down there on Sunday. Maybe I'll see you there. Yeah, have a wonderful time, and we're getting ready for summer. Stay tuned for all our summer announcements. Bye, folks.